Welcome back to DPST Stories, where we break down the truth behind the headlines and expose what the mainstream media won't tell you. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story that matters. Let's get into it. This week on Everything YouTu Live on Air 2025, a heated exchange between two political figures exploded into viral territory. Conservative firebrand Karoline Leavitt absolutely tore into Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett for her relentless opposition to Donald Trump. But what started as a fiery political back and forth quickly escalated into something far more brutal. And what came next? Let's just say Crockett did not see it coming. The segment started predictably. Jasmine Crockett, known for her aggressive tone and fierce anti-Trump stance, launched into a familiar tirade. She called Trump a danger to democracy, a walking indictment, and accused him of orchestrating chaos during his presidency. Nothing new. Democrats have been repeating these lines for years, but this time, Karoline Leavitt wasn't having any of it. Leavitt, a rising star in conservative circles and a former Trump White House staffer, sat back and let Crockett rant. Then she calmly leaned into her mic and with a smile said, "Congresswoman, while you were busy screaming about democracy, Americans were busy wondering what happened to their paychecks, their border, and their sense of safety." That alone got the audience buzzing, but she didn't stop there. She pulled out a folder, actual printed documents, and then she hit Crockett with the question that changed the entire mood in the studio. Can you explain to the American people why, while you claim to fight for justice, you personally supported legislation that benefited your largest campaign donors, even when it meant cutting funding to low-income housing in your own district? Silence. Crockett blinked, shuffled her notes, tried to pivot. But Leavitt was ready. She held up the receipts, literally, documents from the congressional record showing a bill Crockett co-sponsored in 2023 that reallocated funds from community housing grants to green tech incentives, projects run by companies directly connected to Crockett's top donors. Leavitt didn't just accuse her, she proved it. And it was brutal. The audience watched as Crockett struggled to defend herself. She claimed the bill was about future investment. But Leavitt responded sharply, "Future investment at the cost of displacing thousands in your own backyard? That's not progress. That's betrayal." The clip is now everywhere. Millions of views across platforms. Twitter, or what's now called X, lit up with reactions. Hashtags like "Pots Crockett exposed" and #Caroline Clapsback trended for hours. Even political commentators who usually lean left were forced to admit Crockett didn't have an answer. What made this moment different wasn't just the political back and forth, it was the preparation. Leavitt didn't go in to yell or score points. She came with receipts, with facts, and she delivered them with surgical precision. And here's the bigger picture. This exchange is symbolic of what we're seeing all across the country right now. The old political talking points aren't working anymore. Voters want answers, real answers, and when politicians like Crockett are confronted with the consequences of their own actions, the scripted outrage doesn't hold up. Leavitt's performance wasn't just a win in a debate. It was a warning shot, a signal that the next generation of conservative voices aren't just loud, they're armed with the truth and ready to fight with it. And for Crockett, who's built her brand on outrage and resistance, this was a serious blow. Not because of the embarrassment, though there was plenty of that, but because it exposed a vulnerability she wasn't ready to defend, the kind that sticks, the kind voters remember. So what happens next? Leavitt's stock is rising fast. After this appearance, she's being talked about as a potential future VP pick or Senate challenger. Meanwhile, Crockett's team is reportedly scrambling behind the scenes trying to spin the story and redirect attention. But the damage is done. And here's what we'll be watching in the days ahead. Will Crockett address the evidence directly? Will the media cover this with the same energy they use for Trump headlines, or will they try to bury it?